Nature's Basket making two Korean dishes for their Korean food festival that is ending on the 24th of October, but it's going to be absolutely amazing. And I completely forgot to introduce myself. I am Vidhi and I run the Instagram account Ramen Head Girl. So the two dishes we're making today, one is a Korean soft tofu stew which is called as sundubu jjigae. It is usually a non-vegetarian dish, but today we're going to make a vegan version of it. And the second dish we're going to make is kimchi jeon, which is also known as a kimchi pancake. It's a super delicious, super easy kimchi pancake, and both these dishes can be made in under 30 minutes with all the ingredients you can find at Nature's Basket. So let's quickly start making it. The first thing we're going to make is a stew, and I'm going to heat my pan for it. We're going to take toasted sesame oil. It gives a really nice flavor to the food. And we're going to add about a tablespoon of it. Mind you, all these ingredients are from the store, including the fresh ones. To this, I'm adding spring onion whites and greens, light greens. And I'm also adding an onion. Now you want to cook this till it's nice and translucent. Don't cook it on too high a heat because they'll slightly get burnt. Just saute it for about 1 or 2 minutes. So till this is getting cooked, our next ingredient, let's talk about it. The next ingredient is gochugaru, which is Korean red chili pepper flakes. They are really distinct in taste, and it's what gives the color of this stew, which is like a bright red color. And along with this, another important aspect of this is gochujang. It is a fermented soybean and gochugaru paste, and you can find it all here at Nature's Basket for their Korean food festival. And what the good thing about this is that they have everything you need to make a good Korean dish. And not only that, they have different things like Italian. They have an entire international section with Italian. You have Spanish, you have Mexican, American, name it and you'll find it. Everything from Indian brands to international. So before this gets burnt, I'll tell you all more about Nature's Basket later. So once this is done, let's add the gochugaru. I'm adding 2 heaping tablespoons of it. So you can see the color is bright red. 2 heaping tablespoons. It's going to give that kick of spice, but also a really nice earthy, slightly sweet, smoky flavor. And we'll just cook this for about a minute. Be a little far away from the flame because you will start coughing otherwise. And we'll just toast the chili flakes a little bit. Okay. Another thing I'm going to use, the next thing I'm going to use is some garlic, fresh garlic, and kimchi. Now kimchi is a very important ingredient in any Korean cuisine, in any Korean dish, because it is the most important side dish that they have, and it goes with every meal that they make. So now, once the gochugaru has been toasted for about a minute or so, we'll go ahead and add the garlic. We'll add the kimchi. And we'll add the soy sauce. Now I am using light soy sauce. We don't want dark because you don't want the really black color. Light soy sauce is great for flavor. Yeah, we've added about 1 tablespoon of it. Let's quickly keep everything aside and stir fry this. Woo, spice. Okay, another thing we have here at Nature's Basket which is awesome is this. So behind me you can't see it, but there's this big wine cellar where I love getting different types of wines. And on my right I have some different types of snacks. My favorite is the wasabi green peas. On my left I have an international food section. Behind that I have different types of oils and teas. And I am extremely obsessed with the store because I come here all the time. Okay. We turn the heat down a little bit, and our kimchi seems nice and caramelized. So now let's add the gochujang and cook it for about a minute. So we're adding about 2 teaspoons worth of it. It gives a nice spicy umami kick to our stew. Okay, so while this is cooking, let me tell you one of my favorite things about coming here. I used to come to Nature's Basket ever since it first opened. I had a tinier store and I've seen it flourish into this big store, and I think it was one of the first places where I found gourmet ingredients before anything else came about, and that's why I have so much connection to this place, especially the one in Juhu. Okay, so this is now cooked. Let's add the rest of the ingredients. I am adding zucchini and broccoli. They're diced. Sorry. And along with this, I am adding kombu, which is also known as dried kelp or seaweed, and it gives a really nice oceany flavor to your dish without adding any sort of seafood to it. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. You just want to coat the vegetables in the spice mix. And now we're going to add vegetable broth. This vegetable broth is ready to make. I've used the Knorr vegetable cubes that you can find here at Nature's Basket, and we're going to add just enough to cover the vegetables. Just going to keep this aside and mix it up. And to this we're going to add a little bit of salt. If you want, you guys can come take a closer look. It's bright red in color right here. Yeah, and this is what we want. Now we'll cover this and cook it for about 7 to 8 minutes till the vegetables are nice and done, and then we're going to add our tofu and mushrooms, and then we'll almost be ready with the stew. So let me just cover this quickly with a lid. Can you just pass me that lid, please? Thank you. And let's keep this aside and let this cook. So now we've covered this. We don't have to look at it for 5 to 7 minutes. All the flavors are there, and it's that simple. You just need to add the finishing ingredients to it and you're done. So then, till that's happening, we're going to move on to the next recipe, which is our kimchi pancake or kimchi john. Now for this recipe, it's really simple. I'm going to keep everything aside. I hope you guys can see. We have kimchi here in this bowl. I have not removed any juices from the kimchi. It is just finely chopped up. And to this, I'm going to add sliced spring onion greens. Now what you want to do is you can add different types of vegetables you want, like julienne. You can add zucchini, you can add carrot, you can add mushroom, shiitake mushrooms if you like. But I love sticking with the simple and the basic. So I'm doing this. And I'm also adding a little bit of salt to it and a little bit of sugar, just to take that edge off the sour kimchi. Now we're going to add flour to this. Why we need to add flour? Because we need to make a pancake when to cook it on this pan. So I'm using plain flour. You can use wheat flour if you like, but I think this works. So adding about half a cup to about 3/4, and we're going to mix it up with a spoon. And you need to get this to a nice mixture. Mix it up, and then now let's add water to it. You don't want it too runny, but you also don't want it too pasty. So let's keep mixing everything up till you don't see any flour parts. So here. So I love using shiitake mushrooms in this recipe. You can find fresh shiitake mushrooms right there. Right behind me is the fresh produce section, and it's absolutely amazing because they have all the vegetables. They also have dried different varieties of mushrooms, may it be porcini, may it be like shiitake, and you can get Vidhi mushrooms. So there's a lot of variety of mushrooms here. I'm not using it because I'm using mushroom in a different recipe here right now. So I'm not adding it to this one. I think this is a little bit dry, so I'm going to add a little bit more water and mix it up. Okay. As you can see, this has come out really well. This is what the paste is, the batter is supposed to look like. Right here. Okay. Super simple, like literally it has 2 steps. Okay. So for this, now let's get cooking it. We're going to turn on our yeah, got it. Let's turn this on. 1 second. Okay, yep, it's on. Okay, to this I'm going to add a little bit of oil. Make sure you use a non-stick pan for this. You don't want your pancake to stick to the bottom. And we're just going to coat the sides right here. 1 second. Here. And we're going to let the oil heat up. While this is heating up, let's check on our stew. It's nicely simmering, so that's good. I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit. Yep. And now once this is hot, let's get our pancake mixture in. I'm going to get it slightly hotter. Okay. So I'm not adding, you could add the whole thing to it and make a whole big pancake, but I'm really scared about flipping it on live, so I'm going to make a smaller pancake with this. Okay, so just spread it around. And it doesn't have to be a perfect round shape, okay? You guys can come closer and have a look at as to how I'm doing it. Okay. It's not a perfect round shape, but it's very doable and it doesn't take away from the flavor. It's absolutely yum. Okay. Gonna make a small pancake, guys. Right now, all I wish is I had a glass of wine in my hand and I would be chilling, and this is my ideal situation, okay? So I love cooking and I love having like a drink in my hand, and there's like a whole winery right behind me, and I am really excited because I'm going to spend a lot of money here after this live is done. So while this is cooking, okay, I'm going to turn the heat to slightly low and let this cook. And then meanwhile check on the stew. Okay, great. You guys want to come here and have a look, closer look at the stew. It's boiling really well. This is almost done. Yeah, it looks amazing. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Okay, to this now we're going to add our tofu. This is called a soft tofu stew. So for this I have taken silken tofu, which again you can find here at Nature's Basket. You can also find firm tofu here in case you want to make anything crispy, but I am using silken because it's required for this recipe. I'm also using enoki mushrooms here. They're really nice thread-like mushrooms. So we're going to add that right at the top, and I'm going to just pour in all the tofu. Mix it up and then cover it again and cook for about a minute or 2. Okay, this is done. Let's get to flipping our pancake. Okay, I am so scared to do this, guys. You have no idea. Okay, I did it. You guys can see that the pancake is almost cooked on one side. I'm gonna keep this aside. Here. We're going to cook it a little more on this side as well, but I think for now let's cook it on the lower side and then we flip it back. While this tofu is stewing and while this pancake is cooking, we're going to make the dip for the dip for the pancakes. So let's quickly move everything aside and make the dip. For this dip, it's super simple. We're going to make just a minute. One second. Yeah. So for this dip, all you need are a few key ingredients. The first thing you need is soy sauce. I'm using light soy sauce, so I'm adding that right here. To this, you're going to add toasted sesame oil. You can use regular sesame oil, but the thing about toasted sesame oil is it gives that nice punch of sesame that you need. So right here, I'm going to add a little bit. You have to know a little goes a long way in this. So I've added very little bit, just about a teaspoon. To this, I'm going to add a little bit of sesame seeds. We're going to add spring onion greens here. Then we're going to add a pinch of sugar to cut the salt. And finally, we're going to add the gochugaru. Okay. I have to tell you all that I literally drink this every day. This is my go-to dip for everything. May it be dumplings, may it be pancakes, may it be anything I want. I would add this to plain rice and I would eat it. But yeah, it's as simple as that. The dip is done. So let's check on our pancake. Oh, nice. Okay, this is good. This is great. It's got this nice coloring on top. And I've flipped it. I'm cooking it on the other side. And the tofu is looking damn good as well. I wish I had some snacking right here. I am super hungry looking at all of this, which is also going to be mine and the Nature's Basket team food right now. But I also want like snacks because there's this big snacking section and a party mix right here. Y'all can't see it, but it's really tempting and I'm constantly going towards the wasabi peas. And I want to just like, if I reach my hand out, I'll probably be able to get it. But I'm going to avoid that because it won't look cool as a professional. But I'm going to do that later on. I'm going to spend a lot of money in here, okay? So that's the point. That's the plan for today. Okay, so this is done. My tofu is also almost done. I'm going to put this on a plate. Can I get a, okay, here, right here, I have a plate. Okay, let's keep this. And we're going to plate our pancake on here. And as simple as that, this is done. My pancake is ready right here and it looks absolutely amazing. And once that is done, we'll just quickly shift like this and have a look at us too as well. So I want to get the cool shot of opening the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, that looks good. I hope that's looking good on the live as well. Very excited. Okay, this looks absolutely amazing. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna turn this off. I don't need it anymore. And I'm going to add spring onions to this. So just lots of spring onions for garnish as well. And we'll add it later on. And we have a lot of sesame seeds that I've toasted before. We'll mix it up. I lost my spatula, guys. Okay. Sorry, I will ask the people who are holding the camera to look at this one more time because I want this shot. Can you all please come here and show this? This looks absolutely brilliant, guys. And it smells incredible. You can have this with rice, which again you can find here at Nature's Basket. They have lots of different kinds of rice. You'll have like glutinous, you have sushi rice. I think that's the next thing I'm going to do. So now I'm going to plate this up and I'm going to show it to you guys. I don't know how to plate it up. One second. Can I get a bowl, please? Thank you. And this. Okay. Just going to plate the stew up. The mushrooms have nicely tenderized and it looks incredible. The veggies are cooked. I forgot to mention that you need to discard the kombu because you won't be eating it. you can wash it and use it later on again. Okay. Woo. This is getting heavy, you guys. Oh, okay. This is also done. We're going to add more spring onions to this. If I had a bowl of rice, I would definitely eat this with rice. Also, I didn't realize I kept on mentioning there's a snacking section right here, but quite literally, if I go like this, I can get myself a Nutella because there's so much here, and I can get a couple of other things as well. I know this is a Korean food festival, but I cannot, like, this is a paradise for me. This is my ideal date. This is my favorite time pass. So, like, honestly, this is great for me. So yeah, I'll eat this later on, but this is what we've made today. I want to wipe this up so it looks nice and pretty for you guys. But yeah, these are the two things we made, called sundubu jjigae, which is a Korean soft tofu stew, and a kimchi pancake. I hope you guys liked the live, and I hope you guys enjoyed everything that I have done, and you guys can have a view at what I've made. But it was really nice being here, and thank you Nature's Basket for having me for your Korean food festival, which is on till the 24th of October. So come here and get whatever you want. They have a wide variety of Korean noodles as well, like a lot of instant noodles, which is a dream for me. So I hope you guys like it, and I will see you guys soon. I hope I get to do this again.